Seniors, top 4 berries that restore memory and vision naturally while you sleep. A significant portion of the population, nearing 40% of Americans over the age of 60, are experiencing some level of memory decline, a reality that often creeps in unnoticed. This subtle fading of cognitive function is not an isolated phenomenon. In parallel, by the age of 65, 1 in 3 adults begins to exhibit signs of vision loss, even if standard eye charts at a doctor's office still register them as having passing vision. These are not rare occurrences that affect a select few. Instead, they are pervasive issues that manifest silently, often during the restorative hours of sleep. Dr. James Porter, with over 3 decades of medical practice, has consistently observed a profound connection. The brain and eyes do not age in isolation. They decline in tandem. This process doesn't typically begin with a formal diagnosis, but rather with the everyday occurrences of names momentarily escaping us, the slight hesitations in finding the right words, street signs appearing a bit less distinct after sunset, and a general feeling that one's mental acuity is not quite as sharp as it once was. However, there's a crucial, often unstated aspect to this narrative. It's not solely the passage of time that's at play, but rather a failure in the body's natural repair mechanisms. Both our brains and our eyes depend on deep sleep to undergo nightly rejuvenation. After the age of 60, this essential repair process naturally slows down, unless it is actively supported by the right means. This crucial support is not found in pharmaceuticals, but rather in our diet, specifically through a group of readily available fruits that have been quietly safeguarding memory and sharpening eyesight for centuries. This exploration will reveal how these humble fruits can enhance your cognitive clarity and improve your visual perception, all while you rest. For those new to this discourse, welcome to Senior Health Compass, where we are dedicated to informing and inspiring your journey towards healthy aging. We encourage you to subscribe to stay connected and benefit from ongoing insights. Let us commence our discussion with the blueberry, a berry consistently lauded in brain science for its remarkable properties. Blueberries, despite their diminutive size, represent a significant resource for the aging brain and for declining vision. Their rich, deep blue exterior encases a class of compounds known as anthocyanins. These are plant-derived antioxidants possessing the unique capacity to shield both neurons and the delicate cells of the retina from internal damage. A notable study published in Nutrients in 2018 involved older adults who incorporated wild blueberry powder into their daily diet for 90 days. The results indicated marked improvements in their memory recall, their ability to concentrate, and their processing speed. Brain imaging studies corroborated these findings, revealing increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for critical functions such as decision-making and short-term memory. This transformative effect was achieved not through a medicinal pill, but through the power of food. A key attribute of blueberries lies in their ability to traverse the blood-brain barrier, meaning their beneficial nutrients reach the brain directly rather than merely circulating in the bloodstream. Once in the brain, they work to mitigate oxidative stress and quell inflammation, 2 insidious forces that accelerate brain aging more profoundly than the simple passage of years. The impact on vision is equally impressive. Anthocyanins play a vital role in protecting the retina, the light-sensitive tissue at the back of the eye that captures visual information and transmits it to the brain. As we age, this retinal layer can weaken, particularly under low-light conditions. However, the compounds found in blueberries help fortify these retinal cells, thereby enhancing night vision and acting as a bulwark against early retinal damage. Research conducted at the University of Reading in 2020 demonstrated that seniors who consumed a cup of blueberries daily experienced improved clarity of vision in dim light and a reduction in mental fatigue. While these differences might have been subtle initially, they proved to be consistently measurable. One of Dr. Porter's patients, Walter, a 72-year-old gentleman, presented with growing frustration over forgetting names and a perceived darkening of his surroundings during evening walks, even after receiving new eyeglasses. Dr. Porter's simple recommendation was for Walter to consume a bowl of blueberries each night after dinner. Within 3 weeks, Walter reported a noticeable improvement in his ability to recall street names and a reduction in eye strain while reading the newspaper. This exemplifies the understated efficacy of blueberries. No dramatic interventions, no adverse side effects, just consistent, incremental improvements achieved night after night. For optimal consumption, fresh blueberries are excellent, but frozen berries often retain even more potency, as they are typically picked at their peak ripeness and frozen within hours. Letting them thaw slightly before consuming them, perhaps mixed with a spoonful of plain yogurt or blended into a mild nighttime smoothie, is highly recommended. A serving of half a cup to a full cup after dinner strikes the ideal balance, providing sufficient nutrients to support the brain and eyes during their natural nocturnal repair cycle without causing undue blood sugar spikes or disrupting sleep. This approach moves beyond fleeting dietary trends, focusing instead on wholesome foods that the body readily recognizes, absorbs, and utilizes to counteract the effects of aging. Blueberries offer a robust starting point, but their close relative, the blackberry, may possess even more potent capabilities in restoring visual sharpness. While blueberries may be considered brain protectors, blackberries emerge as formidable vision defenders, diligently working to rebuild and sharpen the visual clarity that age can tend to blur. The distinct advantage of blackberries lies not just in their deep hue, but in the concentrated levels of polyphenols and anthocyanins they contain. These natural compounds act as cellular shields, actively combating the slow, often imperceptible damage that accumulates in both the eyes and the brain over the years. Oxidative stress poses one of the most significant threats to aging vision, damaging the photoreceptor cells within the retina, which are crucial for light detection and image processing by the brain. As these cells weaken, our ability to see clearly diminishes, particularly in low-light conditions. A 2019 study published in Molecules highlighted the significant antioxidant activity of anthocyanins derived from blackberries in retinal tissue, offering protection against degeneration linked to age-related macular decline. These pigments are readily absorbed by eye cells, addressing inflammation at its source. Beyond antioxidant properties, a key benefit of blackberries is their capacity to enhance ocular blood flow. With advancing age, the tiny blood vessels supplying the eyes can become less efficient, leading to reduced oxygen and nutrient delivery, and consequently slower recovery times. Blackberries actively support vascular flexibility, ensuring that vital nutrients continue to reach the retina, even in one's 60s, 70s, and beyond. The positive effects extend beyond the visual realm, impacting neurological function as well. Research from 2021, featured in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, observed that older adults who regularly consumed blackberry extract demonstrated enhanced performance in memory recall tasks and exhibited faster visual processing speeds. Their brains not only retained more information but also processed visual stimuli and responded more rapidly. Furthermore, blackberries are an excellent source of vitamins C and K, both essential for maintaining the structural integrity of collagen within the eyes and reducing brain inflammation. They also provide manganese, a mineral vital for enzymatic activity related to memory and neural protection. The cumulative result is sharper vision, improved response times, and enhanced focus. Both fresh and frozen blackberries are beneficial, provided they are unsweetened. A small bowl consumed after dinner, either incorporated into plain yogurt or enjoyed on its own, offers sufficient support for the eyes during their nightly restorative phase. The requirement is not quantity, but consistent daily intake. Now, having explored the individual merits of blueberries and blackberries, let us turn our attention to a berry with a history rooted in ancient medicine, now validated by contemporary scientific inquiry. The goji berry, a small red fruit, possesses substantial protective power Goji berries boast a long tradition of use in medicinal practices, historically referred to as red diamonds in ancient China, valued for their potency and their contribution to strength, clarity, and longevity. Modern science is now catching up to this ancient wisdom. Uniquely, goji berries contain zeaxanthin, a carotenoid that plays a critical role in safeguarding the macula, the central region of the retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. As we age, the macula becomes increasingly susceptible to degeneration, particularly when exposed to oxidative stress and blue light. Zeaxanthin actively absorbs damaging light, stabilizes photoreceptor cells, and preserves central vision. A 2021 randomized trial published in Nutrients followed older adults for 90 days, with participants consuming goji berries 5 times per week. The findings revealed increased macular pigment density, a key indicator of retinal health, compared to a control group. This strongly suggests that goji berries not only slow down the aging process of the eyes, but also actively contribute to rebuilding visual protection. The benefits, however, extend beyond ocular health. Goji berries are rich in polysaccharides, natural plant sugars that stimulate neurogenesis, the creation of new brain cells. A 2020 study in Food and Function demonstrated that goji berry extract improved learning and memory in aging mice by enhancing synaptic plasticity, the brain's capacity to adapt, form new connections, and retain information. This is not mere theory. Helen, a 74-year-old woman, shared her experience of feeling mentally foggy and experiencing slow thought processes. After incorporating goji berries into her evening tea, she reported thinking more clearly, reading with greater ease, and even remembering where she had misplaced her glasses. This remarkable outcome is a testament to the synergistic effect of nutrition and biology. Goji berries are also abundant in vitamin A, iron, and lutein, all of which are crucial for optimal visual function and delivering oxygen to brain tissue. Their mild sweetness makes them an ideal choice for evening consumption, and unlike heavier snacks, they are unlikely to disrupt digestion or significantly impact blood sugar levels before sleep. For effective use, a daily intake of 1 to 2 tablespoons of dried goji berries is recommended. They can be consumed as is or softened by soaking in warm water for a few minutes, and they pair exceptionally well with herbal teas such as chamomile or ginger. The emphasis is on consistent, moderate consumption rather than large quantities. This simple nightly ritual ensures that the retina receives the necessary pigments for protection against age-related damage, while the brain receives the fuel it needs to remain sharp well into the future. Having examined the unique contributions of these 3 potent berries to clarity, memory, and vision, we will now consider a fruit that, while perhaps more familiar and seemingly ordinary, harbors significant protective qualities for the brain, particularly for those experiencing early signs of forgetfulness. Let us turn our attention to the strawberry. Strawberries stand out as perhaps one of the most underestimated brain and eye protectors readily available in our kitchens. Their sweet, familiar taste and widespread availability belie the presence of a unique compound that directly supports cognitive function and vision, especially in individuals over the age of 60. This compound is fisetin, a flavonoid that not only works to reduce inflammation within the brain, but also plays a crucial role in clearing out senescent cells. Senescent cells, also known as zombie cells, are old, non-dividing cells that continue to release harmful chemicals, thereby damaging surrounding healthy tissues. In a 2019 study originating from the Salk Institute, researchers found that fisetin actively aids in the elimination of these senescent cells, creating space for the growth of new, healthy brain cells. As we age, the accumulation of senescent cells contributes to symptoms such as brain fog, a slower recall of information, and the frustrating perception that one's mental agility has diminished. Fisetin directly intervenes in this detrimental process. Furthermore, strawberries have been shown to stimulate brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, often referred to as the brain's miracle grow. BDNF is essential for the survival of existing neurons and for supporting the formation of new neural connections. Reduced levels of BDNF are closely associated with age-related memory decline and slower cognitive processing. A long-term study published in the Annals of Neurology in 2012, which tracked over 16,000 women aged 70 and older, revealed that regular consumption of strawberries and blueberries was linked to a significantly slower rate of cognitive decline, effectively delaying the aging of memory by up to 2.5 years. The benefits are not confined to the brain alone. Strawberries are exceptionally rich in vitamin C, a vital nutrient for maintaining the health of ocular tissues. Vitamin C contributes to the formation and preservation of collagen in the cornea and retina, while simultaneously combating the oxidative stress that plays a role in the development of cataracts and macular degeneration, two of the most prevalent causes of vision loss in older adults. A review published in Clinical Interventions in Aging in 2016 confirmed the critical role of vitamin C in protecting the eye from free radical damage and in slowing the progression of age-related eye diseases. An additional advantage of strawberries is their content of ellagic acid, which helps reduce inflammation within ocular tissues and supports the health of blood vessels in the eye. When combined with potassium, which aids in nerve signaling between the eye and the brain, this creates a gentle yet effective system for preserving sharp and stable vision. A 2017 study in nutritional neuroscience reported that seniors who consumed strawberries daily exhibited better verbal memory and experienced less visual fatigue after reading compared to those who did not. This translates to fewer headaches, clearer text perception, and sustained focus, particularly in the evening hours. To maximize the benefits of strawberries, simplicity is key. A modest serving of half a cup consumed after dinner is sufficient. Both fresh and frozen varieties are effective, provided they remain unsweetened. Allowing frozen berries to thaw naturally is recommended. They can be enjoyed on their own or with a small amount of yogurt. Their gentle impact on blood sugar and ease of digestion make them an ideal way to nourish both the brain and the eyes before sleep. Having thoroughly examined the unique and complementary benefits of blueberries for focus, blackberries for sharpness, goji berries for protection, and strawberries for memory, the next logical step is to integrate these findings into a practical, sustainable routine that seamlessly fits into your nightly regimen. The objective is to establish a clear, uncomplicated plan to support your brain and vision each night without resorting to guesswork or complex preparations. The foundational element is timing. The body undertakes its most extensive repair work during sleep, particularly during the deep stages that occur in the initial hours of the night. It is during this period that the brain actively clears metabolic toxins and the eyes commence the crucial process of rebuilding tired cells. Consequently, the optimal time to consume these beneficial berries is approximately 1 to 2 hours after dinner before you begin your final wind down for the evening. The next critical factor is quantity. It is important to understand that more is not necessarily better. A small, modest serving, totaling about half a cup to 1 full cup, is sufficient to deliver the essential antioxidants, flavonoids, and pigments that your body requires for overnight repair. Exceeding this amount could potentially overburden your digestive system, especially if consumed too close to bedtime. Regarding the combination of these fruits, flexibility and personal preference are encouraged. You can rotate them on a daily basis, or mix them according to availability and taste. For instance, one evening you might opt for blueberries mixed with a spoonful of yogurt, while the following night could feature a handful of blackberries or a few goji berries gently softened in warm water alongside a cup of calming chamomile tea. The guiding principle here is consistency rather than striving for absolute perfection. A tangible example of a nightly routine you can implement starting tonight involves relaxing for an hour after dinner. Following this period of relaxation, take a small bowl and combine your preferred mix of fresh or frozen berries. If using frozen berries, allow them to thaw naturally. You can pair them with a simple accompaniment such as plain yogurt, or simply enjoy them on their own. Accompany this with a glass of water or a soothing herbal tea, and then allow your body to perform its essential restorative work. For those who are particularly sensitive to sugar, starting with a smaller portion, such as a quarter cup, can still be highly effective when consumed consistently. If you are currently taking any medications, it is advisable to consume your berry serving at least 90 minutes prior to bedtime to allow ample time for digestion. Ultimately, the specific berry you choose is less important than the consistent daily practice. This single small habit, repeated each night, forms the bedrock for enhanced memory, sharper focus, and clearer vision over time. It is vital to remember that this approach is not presented as a cure-all, but rather as a gentle, natural method to bolster the inherent healing processes your body is already undertaking. You are not introducing something foreign, you are actively restoring something familiar and essential. Just one cup integrated into your evening routine can make a profound difference. Your brain and eyes will undoubtedly express their gratitude in the morning. To conclude, this exploration offers a message of profound hope, underscoring that it is never too late to proactively reclaim control over your mental and visual clarity. If you have journeyed through this information, Dr. Porter extends his sincere gratitude. Your engagement signifies a genuine commitment to your health, your independence, your memory, your vision, and to honoring your own well-being, even in the quiet solitude of the night. This dedication holds immense significance. Aging, a natural process, often arrives subtly, its onset marked by minor lapses such as forgetting a name, squinting to read a distant sign, or experiencing a pervasive mental fogginess that precedes even the start of the day. However, it is crucial to internalize this truth. Your body remains receptive to beneficial stimuli, your brain retains its capacity for healing, and your eyes, though perhaps feeling tired, still possess a desire to perceive the world with clarity. All they require is your active support, and at times, this support manifests in the simplest of forms. A small bowl of berries consumed before bed can offer a powerful message: blueberries to enhance focus, blackberries to sharpen vision, goji berries for protective qualities, and strawberries to bolster memory. Consuming approximately half a cup each night without pressure for absolute perfection, simply by rinsing, thawing if necessary, and enjoying can initiate a powerful cascade of benefits. Some nights may involve pairing them with tea, others with yogurt, and on some occasions, they can be enjoyed in their pure, unadulterated form. While it may seem like a small gesture, this consistent, quiet habit communicates a vital message to your body. I still care, I am still present, and I am not relinquishing my health. Therefore, consider this an invitation not to chase after fleeting youth, but to actively reclaim your clarity, to rebuild confidence in your body's resilience, and to awaken each morning feeling a greater sense of your authentic self. If this video has resonated with you, provided assistance, or instilled a sense of hope, we encourage you to express your appreciation by liking it, sharing it with friends and family, and leaving a comment below. Every comment is read, and your personal experience may serve as the catalyst for someone else to embark on their own journey. For those new to this platform, you are warmly welcome to subscribe. We are cultivating a community not of flawless individuals, but of people who are continuously learning, actively healing, and consistently moving forward, one day and one night at a time. Until our next encounter, Dr. James Porter believes wholeheartedly in the promise of your next chapter.